There's a specific kind of tired that has nothing to do with sleep. It's the feeling of opening a textbook, reading the same paragraph 3 times, and still not knowing what it said. Your eyes moved, your brain didn't. Now picture the opposite, opening your notes and just sinking into them. No fighting the page, no forcing yourself forward. The information just goes in, the same way air just goes in when you breathe. That's not a gift some people are born with. It's what happens when studying stops being something you're straining to push through and starts being something you barely have to think about at all. If you've ever read a whole page of a textbook and immediately realized you have no idea what just happened, or watched someone finish a chapter in 20 minutes while you're still stuck on the same section an hour later, or felt your eyes glaze over your notes while your phone sits right there. And here's the thing nobody tells you. It's not that you're a slow studier, it's that you were taught to stare at words, not to actually study. This isn't about finishing your reading faster or cramming better for Thursday's test. This is about what it feels like to stop treating your textbook like a punishment. To open it on a random Tuesday and just get through 2 chapters without checking your phone once. Not because you're forcing discipline, but because it stopped taking effort. Picture being the person who studies on the bus between classes in 10 free minutes. Not because they should, but because it's the easiest, most natural thing to do at that time. That's not a fantasy. That's just what studying feels like once it's actually built correctly. First, let's kill a myth, because it's the thing quietly ruining studying for most people. Speed reading, the kind that promises you can blast through a textbook at 1,000 words a minute with full comprehension. That's not real. Every serious study on it says the same thing. Once you're skimming that fast, comprehension collapses. You're not studying, you're pretending to study. The real skill isn't going faster, it's removing the friction so studying stops feeling like a fight in the first place. And that's built from 3 things most people were never taught. The third one is the one that actually makes it feel automatic, like breathing, so stick with me because that's the whole point of this video. Here's what's really happening when studying feels exhausting. Your brain is doing 3 jobs at once, decoding the words, holding them in short-term memory, and building meaning out of them, while getting 0 payoff until the whole idea is finished. If any one of those 3 is slow, the whole system jams. That's the reread the same paragraph feeling. It's not laziness, it's a bottleneck, and bottlenecks can be cleared. Fix 1, kill the inner narrator a little. Most people silently say every word in their head as they study. It feels like reading, but it's actually speaking at speaking speed. You don't need to eliminate it completely, but training yourself to take in short common phrases as single visual chunks instead of word-by-word cuts that inner voice down dramatically. Start with grouping 2 or 3 words at a time instead of 1. It feels clunky for about a week, then it doesn't. Fix 2. Study with a question, not a blank stare. Passive reading is why nothing sticks. Before you start a section, ask 1 specific question you want those pages to answer. Your brain now has a job. It's hunting for the answer instead of just processing noise. This single shift is why some people just remember what they studied. They were never staring at the page blindly to begin with. Fix 3. Build the shelf before you read the sentence. This is the one that makes it feel like breathing. Studying is effortless when your brain already has somewhere to put new information. Before diving into a chapter, spend 60 seconds skimming the headings, the bold terms, and the first line of each section. You're not studying yet, you're building the shelf. When you go back and actually read, every sentence has somewhere to land instead of floating loose in your head, fighting for space. This is the difference between studying feeling like construction work and studying feeling like pouring water into a cup that's already there. Remember that paragraph from the start of this video, the one you'd have had to read 3 times? That doesn't happen once these 3 things are running together. Chunking clears the traffic jam. Studying with a question gives your brain a reason to pay attention. And the shelf, the schema, is what makes the information have somewhere to go the second it arrives. That's the whole trick behind studying feeling like breathing. It was never about speed. It was about removing friction that was never supposed to be there in the first place. If this helped, don't try to do all 3 today. Pick the shelf 1, the 60-second skim before you actually study, and use it on literally anything you open next, whether that's a textbook, a slide deck, or your notes from last week. That's the one with the fastest payoff. And if you want to see what happens when this stacks with actual memory, where you don't just study effortlessly but keep everything you studied, that's the next video.